one question, this is for our famed Wizard viewers out there, that I get from time to time is, can you make a career out of a session musician or being involved in session projects? And I know that you've done many side session projects. What do you think about that?
That is a very good question. Being a session musician has always been a very specialized thing, but now, because of technology, there's a lot less sessions being done that require session men in the past, where they would have to have musicians, not unlike myself and the guys that were in my band. But so many kids can do their own drums and bass when it comes to rock and roll. Not so easily jazz, which is the one great American art form, which is it's so great to see kids still playing in college and go and Eastman School of Music and Berkeley coming out playing jazz. But basically rock and roll and pop I'm talking about here. It's harder to find sessions that are trying to do that because people are making them. I get calls occasionally. Most of the sessions are in Nashville, where a lot of great players are, and even that's highly competitive. It's very specialized, these guys that know how to do stuff. And as far as the orchestral sessions, those are string players and horn players, and I mean, these are classically trained, incredible players. As good a player as I was, there's some players that are ridiculous at sight reading, and just like I said, just virtuosos out there filling these orchestras. It's so good to see the video gaming industry with all this symphonic music that's coming about, because it's putting symphonies and choirs and all this orchestral music. It's bringing kids and adults back to the concerts to watch symphonic music being played, newly written symphonic music, I might add, for games. And so, again, if you really want to be a session player, you can do anything you want. But I was told by, again, my friend Larry Knechtel and a few other people when I was young, when I had my sights set on being, I thought that was the ultimate goal, is to be a rock and roll session piano player. And they said they would recommend, why don't you try and be an artist first and see if you have gifts, dreams, higher dreams than that, and you can always fall back on the session playing. Always go for your artistry that's inside you right now. And I think getting that little push, again, which is something that Fame Wizard, I found that it's just a philosophy of Fame Wizard, is to give people that, is to inspire them, is to go a little bit further, is to believe in themselves and go on a little bit further. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done Toto. I would be sitting around waiting for a call to do another session, probably that would start getting fewer and fewer. So as a result, I've been able to do various jobs here.
Now, when you made the decision to be a professional musician, did you understand how much work it was going to take right out of the gate?
Well, everyone's different at their approach to what their goals are here. Because I came from a father who had a serious music background. I mean, my father went to college, studied classical music, and he was peers with people like John Williams and Jerry Goldsmith, who he worked with, and I ended up getting to work with Jerry Goldsmith a little bit. So my goals were more along the legitimate line, like you have to know what you're doing here, just like a surgeon does or an architect, of learning the architecture of orchestrated music and how arranging goes. So it's work combined with fun, but you have to be prepared to work if you really want to maintain a career in this. Like Tom Hanks, I just finished playing on Tom Hanks' next movie, Larry Crone. And I remember seeing him in an interview, and he said, you have to decide whether you want to become whether you want to act because you want to be an actor, or whether you want to be a star. And they're two different things. And I think the same is in music. If your goal is to become a star, that's what like American Idol is. That's what this kind of thing is, where it may come and you may get there, may or may not get there, but it may not last for that long a time if that's your only goal. Otherwise, if you really enjoy making music or singing or dancing or making videos or whatever it is you're doing, if you have more tools to work with, the longer you're going to be able to do that. Just like anything else, in coaching, when you're coached as an athlete, I like to relate this, like you were telling me before, making the metaphor of sports, It's just like a team. We're all team members here, and every good team that, has a coach, and they train you, and you learn how to do this and give you tips, and you have to work towards this goal. It's not just overnight success, because I think the longer time you put in at it, the longer chance you have, the more chances of having longevity you will have in your life, and that if you enjoy what you're doing, you'll You may not be successful, though you can be, but you'll definitely be happy doing what it is you're doing.